Are there aliens on other planets? Are we alone in the universe? See, these are questions that scientists, astronomers are asking. Well, what about the Christians? What are the Christians asking about this? Can you be a Christian and believe in aliens? Or does the existence of aliens mean that your faith unravels at the seam? Today we're going to talk about aliens, but we're going to look at what 12 Christian leaders have to say about aliens. And welcome to the Anchor Church YouTube channel. If you are looking for ways to experience God, maybe in new ways, and maybe if you have new and different questions to ask, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to help you experience God more and more, just a little bit each day. The first one we're going to look at is from Alvin Plantinga. And if you've never heard of him, he was a big deal in the 20th century. He was a philosopher and he helped defend Christianity. And you might be surprised what he actually said. He didn't just believe in aliens. He thought that if God was as big as he is, and if the universe was as big as we believe it is, then there must be aliens. We must not be the only creatures, the intelligent life in this universe. So he actually says that aliens and the existence of aliens points to a big God. You may have heard of Billy Graham. He is probably the biggest name I'm going to mention on this list. Billy Graham has met with different presidents. He has transformed our country in a lot of ways. He was a 20th century evangelist. And here's a quote from him. He says, "I firmly believe that there are intelligent beings like us far away in space who worship God." He continues, "But we have nothing to fear from these people. Like us, they are God's creation." And so far in our list, we have two big, heavy-hitter Christians who are saying, yes, I believe in aliens. Number 3 is Mark Clark. He's a lesser known. He's a Canadian pastor that I enjoy following. He actually says that he is agnostic when it comes to aliens. So he's not going to make a determination one way or another. But I really appreciate what he says about the vastness of the universe. He says that both Christians and non-Christians can look at the same data and come to completely different interpretations. One person may see the vastness of the universe and how we exist on this very small pale blue dot in the middle of this tiny little ray of sunshine and say, we must not really matter. Our lives must be meaningless. Other people, though, can look at the exact same information, the same data, and say, wow, we must have meaning because the God who is over all of it still cares about us. So far, we've seen that people are pretty okay with aliens until we get to source number 4. Is from gotquestions.com, I believe, .org or whatever. Got Questions. They actually believe that this whole conjecture about aliens is harmful. So not only do they say that you can't believe in aliens for being Christians, because that means that then there can be life apart from God creating life, they believe that it actually points to what they call godless chatter and foolish and stupid arguments. So they say, stop even talking about aliens. Number 5 comes from a big heavy hitter. His name is C.S. Lewis. He might be the most quoted Christian of the 20th century. And he not only believes that there could be aliens, but he goes it a little step further. He says that, I think if there were aliens in existence, then they probably haven't sinned. What if, like Jesus shares this parable about the lost sheep. You might be familiar where there's 100 sheep, one goes missing, the shepherd goes, leaves the 99 in search for the one. What if that one missing sheep represents humanity? What if, of all of the intelligent life out there, humanity was the only ones who sinned? And we're special before God, not because necessarily we're so great, but because we were the ones who did wrong, and Jesus had to come and bail us out. That the shepherd had to come and find the humanity that went missing. Number 6 comes from another pastor, Mark Kahn. He says, if there are aliens, the Bible specifically does not say that they were created in his image. So he says that humanity is a little special because we were made in the image of God. Number 7 comes from Ted Peters, who says, just as Jesus is human like you and I, you would find an alien-specific Jesus. So here's a little different take. Let's say there were aliens and they sinned, then Jesus would have to come and die on their behalf. There may be more forms of Jesus. Maybe there's different forms or different alien-specific Jesuses? I'm not sure about that one. A couple different authors, Peter Ward, Donald Brownlee, and Dr. Hugh Ross, answer the question, are there aliens in existence? They say not very likely. But they don't say because we're Christians. They actually say because of something that's more scientific called the fine-tuning effect. And that is to say that even though we have all these different possibilities for aliens, there's even with 100 billion planets on 100 billion galaxies, all these different possibilities, they say that the likelihood of a planet having all of the different qualities to sustain life is still so small that the odds of there being other alien life forms is still microscopic, just looking at the science. Number 9 is kind of funny. This comes from William Dembski and James Kushner. They're authors, and they ask the question, is there intelligent life on Mars? They say, of course there's intelligent life on Mars, because God is intelligent life and God is everywhere. So that's kind of I don't know if that's more of a knee, slapper there or what that is, but there we go. There's what more Christians have to say about life on other planets. And then we got number 10, which is coming from Answers in Genesis. They say, is there life on other planets? They say, according to the Bible, the answer is no. There is not life on other planets. They say, according to Genesis 1, that the other planets and all their celestial bodies were created for signs and seasons, days and years. They say they weren't created to worship God as humans would worship God, but they were created for us, that humanity is still pretty central in God's plans. I love this next one. Number 11 says, if aliens do exist, then we need to see them as neighbors. This comes from Luca J. Mix, that we need to love the aliens because we're called to love others. And why do we see aliens as so other than us? What if they're a little more similar to us than we might think? And so instead of trying to declare war and Independence Day on these aliens, what if we love them as if they were our neighbors? And then finally, number 12 comes from Christianity Today. In an article, it says that life on other worlds may actually stir our Christian faith. It says that according to Psalms, if the heavens declare the glory of God, then maybe exoplanets, which are planets that could sustain life, what if those also declare the glory of God? And I really like that one, to say that if there were aliens, and you come from a Christian background, you can actually take that to be another reason to see God being glorified, His name being lifted up, that God is so much bigger than we could ever imagine. And so those are the 12 different answers from different Christian leaders. You can see that there's a wide variety of interpretations, wide variety of stances. And so I want to know, what do you think? Do you think you can be a Christian and believe in aliens? Are you a little more agnostic, on the fence with it all? I need a little more information. What do you think about it all? Go ahead and comment down below. And if you are looking for more ways to experience God, and if you want to journey with us here at Anchor Church and ask maybe different questions, whatever it may be, we invite you again, like this video. That's going to help us a whole lot. And then please subscribe to our channel. Until we see you next time, have a great one.